To the Spanish, he was nothing more than a thief and a pirate. To the English, he was a daring adventurer, a hero of the seas. His name was Francis Drake, a man born in 1540 who would one day change the balance of power on the oceans forever. Drake grew up around ships. His family lived on the water, and as a boy he learned the skills of sailing and navigation. By the time he was just 20, he inherited a small trading vessel through apprenticeship. But Drake was never content with ordinary trade. The world was opening up, filled with new lands, treasures, and opportunities, and he wanted to seize them. During the Tudor period, England looked enviously at Spain and Portugal. These nations had carved out profitable trade routes, filled their coffers with gold, and built empires on the back of exploration and slavery. Queen Elizabeth I understood that England was missing out, and Drake was eager to step into this dangerous new game. In 1563, Drake sailed with his cousin John Hawkins on his first voyage to the Americas. Together, they attacked Portuguese ships and towns, capturing goods and enslaved people to sell in the Spanish colonies. But this business was risky. In 1568, off the coast of Mexico, Drake and Hawkins were ambushed by Spanish warships. Most of their fleet was destroyed, barely escaping with his life. Drake swam to shore. The Spanish had taken nearly everything. From that day, he swore revenge on King Philip II of Spain. Elizabeth, impressed by his courage and skill, granted him a license to act as a privateer. This gave him the legal right, at least in English eyes, to raid Spanish ships and colonies. To the Spanish, he was a criminal. To the English, he was a weapon. Soon, Spanish sailors cursed his name as the Dragon. One of his greatest early triumphs came in 1573 at Nombre de Dios, Panama, with a crew of French privateers and escaped African slaves. Drake attacked the famous silver train, mules carrying treasure from the New World. They captured 20 tons of gold and silver. It was so much that they had to bury part of it, unable to carry it all through the jungle. Standing atop a mountain in Panama, Drake gazed for the first time at the Pacific Ocean and vowed, one day an Englishman would sail it. That prophecy came true just a few years later. In 1577, Elizabeth chose Drake to lead an expedition beyond South America into the Pacific. Sailing in his ship, the Golden Hind, Drake not only plundered Spanish vessels along the coast, but he also became the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe. Along the way, he claimed new lands for England, including the coast of California, which he named New Albion. When he returned home in 1580, his ship loaded with treasure, Elizabeth herself boarded the Golden Hind and knighted him. Drake was now more than a pirate, he was a national hero. He became mayor of Plymouth, where he even organized a water supply system that lasted centuries. But the fight with Spain was far from over. In 1585, as relations with Spain collapsed, Elizabeth sent Drake to strike again. He commanded 25 ships, attacking Spanish colonies across the Caribbean, looting their ports and burning their ships. By 1587, he launched perhaps his boldest raid. With only 30 ships, he stormed the Spanish harbor in just 36 hours. He destroyed dozens of ships and supplies, delaying the mighty Spanish Armada by an entire year. England called it singeing the King of Spain's beard, but Drake's final voyage would not end in triumph. In 1596, he sailed to the Caribbean once more, hoping to strike at Spanish power. Instead, he was met with failure. Weakened by disease, he caught dysentery, known then as the Bloody Flux. The legendary Dragon of the Seas died on his ship off the coast of Panama. His body, dressed in armor, was buried at sea. His grave has never been found. To this day, Francis Drake remains a figure of controversy. To the Spanish, he was a pirate who spread terror across their empire. To the English, he was a fearless adventurer who brought glory to his nation. Pirate or hero, one thing is certain: Drake's name still echoes in the waves of history.